Hey everyone, it's me. I wanted to talk about bullying on both sides of the coin and not just children who bully your your kids, but also your kids who might bully other children. I've stated this in the past, but I am a mother of two adult daughters who are 27, 28 years old, and I'm also a grandma of three. So like I said before, I'm not perfect, but I think I was able to use my own experience from childhood and carry it over into my own parenting. As a child, I was bullied. I'm 6'1". I was always very tall. So I was bullied in school, and I know what it felt like. So when my daughters were young, they would, maybe 8, 9, 10, whatever, they would walk down the street to Walgreens, pick up some candy and come home. And we were on a really safe street. We knew all of our neighbors, so they kind of kept an eye out. But down a couple of blocks on I think it was the north side of our block, there were a couple of girls raised by a single dad. He was really nice. And then these teenage girls would have their friends over. And my daughters would run home and they'd say, "Mom, they're bullying us and running after us and screaming at us." And these were girls I actually knew and girls I had had over. And, these two, teenage girls had litters of puppies and we would walk past and say hi. So, what I did basically, it was when my daughters were having issues with these girls and their friends, is I went over and knocked on the door and I said, "Girls," I said, "you've been to my house. We've talked. I like your dad. I think your dogs are great. But since you are chasing after my daughters and you are threatening them, I have called the police and they're going to stop by to talk to you." And all of this was a ruse. It was basically a fear tactic. And I said, either we can talk about it and sort this out and get down to the root of the problem, or the police will come here and issue some fines. So we did talk about it and we agreed that the girls would keep their friends away from my daughters and that they would simply be more respectful and kind. So that's what happened. I remember when my girls had issues with bullying in school, even in not necessarily middle school, but high school, ended up trying once again to reach out to the parents, talk about it, try to figure it out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the other parent is the instigator in all of it. And so sometimes then you have to have law enforcement called in to give warnings, etc. And I remember another time, came home from work and my youngest daughter said, "Mom, I got to tell you something. Steffi did something." And I said, "What did she do?" And she said, "Well, at the beginning of the school year, this was like in sixth, seventh grade or something. She said, Steffi's got to tell you." So I said, "What's going on?" So Steffi said, "Well, Mom, at the beginning of the school year, this girl was really mean to me. So someone triple dog dared me to write, we'll just say Jenny is a BITCH on the sign outside of school on the fence." And I said, "So we'll go look at it." So I went there, we looked at the sign, and there's my daughter's handwriting. And I said, "We're going to clean up the sign." So we went to Walgreens, got some, soft scrub and cleaned that sign. And then I said, "You're going to write your principal a letter and apologize for defacing her property because this is her home," and etc. And my daughter wrote the letter and went with her to school the next day, sat in it was the assistant principal's office. And my daughter wrote the letter, or read the letter to her assistant principal, and said she was sorry and apologized. And I'm just crying because I knew it was very difficult. And the assistant principal looked at my daughter and said, "You will never forget this. Your mom is doing the right thing, and this will help to keep you in line." So I think it's our actions as parents that can either make or break bullies. And other parents may not be aware that their children are being cruel. So if you can befriend other parents, get to know them, get to know the kids, you'll have a greater amount of children who are kind to one another. So I just wanted to share my story. Bullying is so prevalent and it always has been, but if we can keep our own kids from bullying others and also, dissuade other children from bullying others. That's, I think, part of the, biggest fight we have on our hands as parents sometimes. So, anyways, just wanted to talk about that, and I hope that helped, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye.